Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, the question I want to ask you today, does every piece of equipment that you want to own, you have an intention of owning, to add to your AV collection, whether it's a 2-channel amplifier, a surround sound receiver, a DAC, a CD player, whatever it is. Does it have to be new? Like in your book, does it have to be new? Because, over the years, I have come to realize that, you can find good pieces out there that are not necessarily new. I mean, it's nice to walk into the AV store, your favorite AV store in your community, whether it's a specialty store or one of those big box stores, wherever you decide to to purchase your stuff and pick up a shiny new piece of equipment and go home and you unbox it, and sometimes we don't even bother to read the manual. We just kind of go ahead and set it up and start enjoying it like we know how. And that is fine. I love doing that. I love walking out of a store with a brand new piece of gear in a box, never being used, never being touched. But the bottom line is that a lot of us, how would I describe myself? But the bottom line is a lot of us audio video enthusiasts, surround sound buffs and 2-channel nerds, however we want to describe ourselves. We really don't have the money, and I'm speaking about personal experience right now, is that we really don't have the money a lot of times to go out and buy that new piece, that shiny new piece. And so what I've been doing over the years, is finding good used equipment. I have picked up some really good pieces over the years, and I have paid maybe 50% of what they would have normally cost in the big box store or in that specialty store to purchase. But essentially what I'm saying is that while it's very nice to walk into a specialty store, a specialty AV store, and walk out with something brand new, many of us little men, little audio video enthusiasts, and however you want to describe yourself, we really don't have that kind of cash to burn these days, if I may use that word. And part of the problem is, inflation is playing a big role in that these days in terms of the cost of equipment. Things are so expensive. I'm not only into audio video, I'm into cameras. And when I look at the cost of a little camera lens nowadays, not even the body of the camera, but the lenses, even on the used market, they have gotten so expensive. So everything is expensive nowadays. And for me, over the years, what I've been doing, I have been going to some of these online marketplaces. For example, Facebook Marketplace, maybe Kijiji. I'm not sure what are some of these. I am not sure what are some of the online marketplaces that are available in your community. That's what I'm saying, or in your country. But I have been making good use of some of these online marketplaces. I have purchased receivers, I have purchased Blu-ray players, 4K Blu-ray players, I have purchased amplifiers, and a lot of AV gear over the years. Very good, many of them in very good condition, because sometimes you'll run into someone who that person just want to get rid of a piece of gear. Sometimes there are individuals who want to get rid of a piece of gear, not because they really want to sell it, but sometimes they're in financial straits, if you know what I mean, and they want to, sell something to get some quick cash. So sometimes you can run into those deals, right? And if you take the time to explore some of these sites, you can find decent used gears, to satisfy your need. That's what I'm saying. So like I said, I have been making good use of some of these sites nowadays because, it's not always necessary, in my opinion, to go into a specialty store to buy something new, unless it has a feature, a new feature that is just arriving on the market, and you're probably will not be available to find that item with that feature on the on these online marketplaces. That reason, yes. Or you may be just one of those persons who, for you, it has to be new. I totally get that. I understand that. I totally get that. But it's just a question that I've been mulling about, thinking about, and wondering if other people out there are like me, who purchased a lot of their gear on the used market, if you know what I mean. I'm looking in my listening ear right here. This is a multi-purpose room. You're not able to see it because I do a lot of stuff here. I'm recording my video here, but it's also where I shoot, like I said, these YouTube videos. It's where my home theater is, and occasionally I will listen to some 2-channel music here, but this place does double duty, right? And I'm looking around here, and my TV is new. The TV is new. My 2 front channel, my left and right front channels are used. They're from Monitor Audio. My center channel is used. My surround backs, they're all used. My subwoofer sitting in a corner over there, it is used. My receiver, that one I purchased new, but it was an open box item. There's a debate whether or not that was completely new. So my 2 Blu-ray players, I have a Panasonic and a Samsung down there. They are both used, and I have my power conditioner sitting just below that, and that I purchased used too, and I have been able to enjoy them just like if I purchased them new. I am not missing anything. When you purchase new, sometimes, of course, if you want to resell, then you may get you may have a better resale value. That's what I'm saying. I'm just wondering if you do the same thing. Now, depending on where you're watching this video from, some of these resale sites may not be available in your area. So I understand you may not have much of a choice, apart from buying new. I mean, you may know somebody, a friend of a friend, who is selling something, and you may be able to pick it up that way if it was something that you have been looking into for a while. But if these resale sites are not available in your community or in your country, then you may have no choice but to purchase new. So I understand that. I understand that. But trust me, guys, especially these days when things are so expensive and cash is so tight. If you take the time to explore the used market, you can find some really decent piece of gear, maybe selling for 30 to 50% less than what you would have normally paid for that piece of gear new. And all you need to do is just to do your homework in terms of making sure that this is exactly what you're looking for. Have some way of demoing the product, to figure out whether or not it's working okay. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to do that, but if you're able to kind of demo the product to figure it out, in terms of whether or not it's working, then that's good. I mean, for the most part, most of the people who sell these stuff, I would say they are really honest people who I find on the used market. Occasionally you may run into the oddball here and there, but for the most part, I would say 99.9% of the time, people who are selling stuff on the used market are fairly honest and truthful about the condition of their product. Yeah, so that's my take for today. Tell me what you think. Do you think the online marketplace is a good way to save money, to kind of find ways of saving on some cash, buying used gear? I'm currently looking at a receiver right now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna grab it or not. It's a Denon receiver. The price is quite good actually, and it's not far from my home, and I'm thinking of grabbing it, because I do like to have a backup receiver. I just have one receiver right now, and it's quite old by today's standard. So it's good to have something more modern and current, if you understand what I'm saying. So what do you think? For you, does it have to be new, or are you okay with used? Tell me about it. Hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and if you're happening on this channel for the first time, and just my take on audio video stuff, and just me sitting down here and just talking to you and sharing my thoughts. If this is something that kind of appeal to you, subscribe. All right, hit the subscribe button so you get the next video. So until next time, thank you for watching, and tune in again. All right, take care. Bye bye.